All right, let's take a look at our helicopter movie now. If I play it, we can see that the arrow keys, we used our snippet there, are allowing us to drive it every direction. And one thing I want to point out is the speed of this thing is determined by default in the script from Code Snippets. And if I were to just show you this script right here, it is right here changing the position of the Y by 5. What I'm going to show you now is we are going to make that a variable, meaning we're going to have buttons that will be, say, slow and fast. And when it's slow, it will be a lower number, and if it's fast, it will move it quicker. So what we're going to do in here is instead of having a number like 5, we will call it a variable called speed. So as we discussed a moment ago, we are now going to use a variable called speed. That word is meaningless right now to Flash, so what I'm going to do is up above tell it to be created. A variable, which is what we call it, a var, the name of it, and then it is going to be a number. So I'm going to go in there and I think I'll have it be an int, and then what I'll do is set the speed equal to 5. So now if I play that movie, let's see what happens when I press the up button. So when I press the up button, it's still moving by 5. So let's now see if then I'm able to change this variable here to, say, 25, which now it's being set at the beginning of the movie, and then if this is working properly, when it goes up, it will then go faster, and all the others are still at 5. So we're only creating one variable. So let's see if that actually works. So we come in here right now, and you can see it's much faster because speed is 25. If I go the other directions, it's going slow. And just to prove that it's now at 25, if I click this, you can see it's going much faster than it does when I go side to side. So what we're going to learn to do now is just create a button that will do that for us. So now we're going to try to have 2 buttons. We'll keep it simple, one to make it go fast and one to make it go slow. As you might expect, we needed to use a symbol here. It's in my library. It's called button, and I'm going to drag 2 instances onto the stage. There's one, and there's the second. We won't worry about aesthetics or having them be labeled slow and fast. So as you might expect, we then are going to need to give them instance names. So what I will do then is select on one of them and come up to the property window, and I will call that slow. And I will click on this one and go to the property window and make that one fast. So what I will do is I will now write a script. So when you click on this button, let's say the slow one, I'll make it go super slow. So instead of 5 pixels per press of key, it'll go 1. So what I'm going to do now is use code snippets for this. And this is going to be on an event when we click on it. So with it selected, I'm going to double click on mouse click event, double click. It throws it in there into my script, and it's saying slow. You know, when you click on it, right now it's not doing anything. But what I'm going to do is I am going to tell it to set the speed, which is our variable, equal to 1. So right now I'm going to save that movie, and I'm just going to show you this. Right up above, we have all this. At the beginning part of the movie, you may recall, we created it. We told it it's going to be an integer, meaning a whole number, and I've got it 25 in the beginning. So what I think is going to happen is once I do this, it's going to be fast in the beginning, and then when I click on the slow button, it should make it click to a crawl. So I'm going to make the speed be in all of these cases, not just the up arrow. So I'll copy that and I'll paste it here and here. So what should happen right now is we haven't clicked on the button, so speed is 25 set from the beginning, which is pretty fast. So let's just play it and see if that's working in all the directions. Like, yes, because we told it to equal speed and speed equals 25, it's zipping around in all the different numbers. So now what I'm going to do is click on the slow button and have it equal 1. So if I click on that right now and I scroll up, look at it, it is working. And it's not just working on the up key, it is working on them all. So as you saw here, we were able to bring an instance of a button on it. In this case, I called it slow. And then the magic is just very simply when you scroll down to the script we have here, it is right in this area. All we're doing is saying when you click on me, set the speed to 1. So that is making it go very, very slowly. So if you were going to have a fast one and a slow one, you would have one button with an instance name, set the speed to 1 number, and then fast would obviously be higher.